Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Fatman of Paradise coming once again from Paradise. Once again from the government building. This time a little bit closer to the St. Damien statue. And yeah, hashtag Open Hawaii and Hawaii for Trump. And of course, my theme song. Do the groove and just when they hit it, somebody shouted out and said, play that funky music, wild boy. Play that funky music right. Play that funky music, white boy. Play down that boogie and play that funky music till you die. Alrighty then. Alright, I'm here to interact with everyone and make sure we all have this wonderful time to be able to say our pieces. Lower this down a little bit. Alright, I'm gonna kill my microphone. There we go. And now we're gonna go talk to everyone, see what they're doing here. Hey, hello, hello, hello. Back again.
We are here to stop all of this nonsense business shutdown.
Amen to that.
Right? People are dying with suicide more than this freaking virus.
Yeah.
Also, the fraud into this election that they did. Remember? So we need to stop that.
Yeah. It's all getting ridiculous. All right, let's go talk to everyone else over here. Gotta switch cameras. Here we go. Hello, hello, hello. Anyone want to tell everyone why you're here?
I'm here to support local small family-owned businesses.
Yes.
And hiking.
Hiking.
And singing.
Amen to that.
Oh!
I love singing. Of course, everyone looks at this dancing Fatman and they go, holy crap. Let me ask why you're here.
Because there's apparently confirmed ballot fraud, mail-in and drop-off ballot fraud. We have some videos that are suspect, but also one of the people that was running for mayor, he has a lawsuit going because somebody actually came up to him and offered him ballots that would be filled out with him as the winner, chosen mayor for money. So they asked him, hey, you want some ballots we'll sell you some with your name on them for money. So that was one of our mayors. So I hope he's got the paper trail on that, but he currently has a lawsuit. 2 mayors have active lawsuits for a few things. And I'm sure that's the only ones I'm aware of. And there's another gentleman that has another mayor that has another lawsuit. And those are just the ones I know about. I'm sure there's several more, and I just hope that something passes and gets rid of Ige and the judge.
Ige.
There's a judge that keeps kind of standing, the female judge, she keeps standing on the side of the government, Ige and stuff, which is not cool. So,
Supposed to be impartial here.
that was my soapbox moment, thank you.
No problem. May I ask why you're here? No, no problem. Oh, that's what I'm doing with this. This is the full live stream. Thank you very much. Every keyboard is needed. Every voice counts. Thank you. Alrighty then.
Yeah.
Go back to face. Time for this Fatman. Alrighty then. So that's just everyone that's here right now. Some people are going to show up later. At least that they said they would. Hopefully they will. I don't hold it against them. A lot of us, a lot of the Trump supporters out here are harassed and end up, not being able to be politically active because, cancel culture is real to a point where they are, I know one woman who can't because if it's shown on social media, she will be fired from her job. She was actually told that to her face by the owner. Yeah, sure, no problem. That's already maxed my control volume here.
Proud to be an American, where at least I know
I'm free. I won't forget the man who died, who gave that right to me, and I gladly stand up next to you and defend us till the day. And there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA. God bless. Amen. Amen, amen.
from the lakes of Minnesota to the hills of Tennessee,
Across the plains of Texas,
from sea to shining sea.
from Detroit down to Houston, from New York to LA. There is pride in every American heart, and it's time to stand and say, I'm proud to be an American. Well, at least I know I'm free. I won't forget the man who died, who gave their right to me, and I gladly stand up next to you and defend us till today. There ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA. I'm proud to be an American. Well, at least I know I'm free. I won't forget the man who died, who gave that right to me, and I gladly stand up next to you and defend us till today. And there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA. God bless the USA. In our time of history, I honestly believe, from my perspective, that U.S. has been the biggest force for good in the past 200, almost 300 years. That's beautiful. Oh, here I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I love Louis Armstrong. Eyes of white, bright blessed day, dark sacred night. To myself, what a wonderful world. Of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky. Of the people passing by. How do you do when they're really saying, I love you? I think it is right. I'll watch them grow. They'll know much more, and I'll never know. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Oh, well, I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Rest in peace, good man. Rest in peace. let's take a look around. Yeah, I haven't actually showed you guys the little monuments that are here in front of the building, all right? There we go. All right. All right, let's go switch cameras. An exact replica of the original Liberty Bell, presented to Hawaii by the United States Treasury Department July 4th, 1950. Hey, they even got the crack. Except the crack is actually filled. I won't lie to you, it's pretty. Well, it's fine, buddy. Hold on a second, let me show you. Look closely. Yeah, the Trump Law and Order. Keep and bear arms. That's just funny. Yeah, Hawaii is supposed to be an open carry state, but only if you are given a pass by the sheriff or captain of police, chief of police here, and you have to give a good reason. You know, the only individuals who've gotten those passes have been individuals who have donated a large amount of money to certain political funds. Yes, I'm saying it's nepotism. And if you want to prove me wrong, try. Howdy doody. Doing a little, take my podcast around. Yeah, here is one of my favorite monuments here. The statue of Saint Damien. It's a little, it could have done better on the face, honestly. Well, you know, honestly, it's a nice one. It's got the crest of the Holy Orders. All right. Creator has no Creator love has no man. Greater love man than this, that a man laid down his life for his friends. John 15:13. Born a farmer in Tremulo, Belgium, January 3rd, 1840, Damien joined the missionary congregation of the Sacred Hearts and was ordained a Roman Catholic priest at the Cathedral of Our Lady of Peace in Honolulu in 1864. In 1873, he volunteered to serve alone at the leprosy settlement on the island of Molokai. For 16 years, he lived and worked among leprosy victims for all faiths and races, administered their doomed bodies, and by his presence gave them the assurance they so desperately needed that they had not been forsaken neither by God or by man. On April 15th, 1889, Damien died among his people of leprosy. Sculptures, Marcel Escobar, working from photographs of the dying priest, saw in Damien the mystery of physical transformation, as if he had become what he had wanted to become. Interesting. Sure.
Is I-G-G?
I-G-E. 1G. I-G-E. That's why I call him Icky Iggy.
Almost wrote it
Yeah, well, the thing is, misspelling it becomes also a parody, so you can actually say, you know, when they want to say you're slandering him or saying nasty things, you can say, no, it's not him. Because, you know, they want to say the horrible things about us.
Right, of course.
And yes, I'm actually giving people ways of getting out of lawsuits. Congratulations. People wonder why I'm not in jail. Basically. I actually listened to the lawyers when they gave me advice.
You don't want to be in the jail here, man.
No, they tried to put me in jail, and I was like,
I got out last night at 10:30 at night. They kept me in there for 5 months this time. Yeah.
well, all you need to do is say yes, sir, and then calmly walk away when they walk away, and then come back when they're gone.
Yeah, it was my whole case is
Yeah, I'm fighting 2 tickets, honestly, where they said they gave me I believe 2 tickets, 2 false tickets. One is for a rosary blocking my view.
Oh, really?
A rosary, beads this thick, and for honking.
Holy shit.
The thing is, I have hours and hours of footage of people honking in support on both left and right.
Yeah.
I'm going to say, no, it's free speech.
It is free speech.
No, but and if I challenge it on that ground, I can get the law annulled.
The state is so backwards when it comes to.
My dad used to call it the best state. This is the best government money could buy.
Yeah. Yeah.
I honestly, as I get older, I think, no, they should have paid more for it.
We're still paying for it.
Addie. No, that one? That's actually about leprosy. Yeah, St. Damien was an awesome guy, honestly. Honestly, inspired me to come out and, keep going. Even when honestly, I'm told by doctors, no. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Alrighty. Another time you're going to find and I will fly the risk and test you where to go. Don't let the test on your test, don't ask why. It's not a question but a lesson learned in time. It's something unpredictable, in the end is life. I hope you have the time of your life. So take your photographs and still pretend you're mine. And honor yourself in good and health and good time. Tattoos and memories and dead flesh on trial. Oh, what it's worth, it was worth all the while. It's something unpredictable, in the end is life. I hope you have the time of your life. Something unpredictable, in the end is life. I hope you had the time of your life. It's something unpredictable, in the end is life. I hope you had the time of your life. Big and small and big.
Yeah, I don't care about only small. That's
We would do the N symbol underneath it.
small and big.
Yeah, my sign over there says every job matters, every life matters, Always have. for a living. Good now, how but I always had a vision. Gonna be the lead I want in a million. I don't have high hopes. Mama said, let it walk, see, take those legs. You'll make a legacy, manifest destiny. Back in the day, we wanted everything. I said, learn your biography, read your history, live in wild streams, live in history. Every day we wanted everything. Mama said, don't give up. It's a little complicated. Let up, come along. I hate to see you waiting. Have high hopes for a living. Shooting for the stars that wouldn't make a killing. Didn't have a time when I always had a vision. Always have high hopes. Have high hopes for a living. Didn't know how, but I always had a vision. Gonna be the bee that one in a million. Gonna be the high hopes. What's that? All right, everybody. Now remember, the audio is going to be muted because, you know, copyright idiots. Keep in mind, I want you all to understand, they're making money off of Trump supporters. I'll never come down. Oh, stay up on the rise, stay up on the rise, and never come down. It's a little complicated. Live alone. I hate to see you waiting. It's all been done, but they haven't seen the best of me. Hey, hey, hey. I've one more run, and it's gonna be a sight to see. Hey, hey, hey. I've high hopes for a living. You don't know how to make a killing. Didn't have a time, but I always had a vision. Always have high hopes. Have high hopes for a living. Didn't know how, but I always had a vision. Didn't know to be that one in a million. Always have high hopes. Have high hopes for a living. Didn't know how, but I couldn't make a killing. Didn't have a time, but I always had a vision. Didn't have high hopes. Have high hopes for a living. Didn't know how, but I always had a vision. Gonna be the bee that one in a million. Always have high hopes. All right, gonna switch to the external camera now. I'm tired of looking at my face. This empty street on the boulevard of broken dreams. In the city sleeps, I'm the only one, and I walk alone. I walk alone, I walk alone. Walk alone, I walk, I shallow. I was the only one beside me. My shadow, I was the only thing that's bleeding. Sometimes I say someone out there will find me. Someday I'll walk alone. All right, yeah. Vital signs, I walk alone. Look alone, I walk alone. Alrighty then. What are we going to talk about today?
Well, honestly, the only big news that was happening the past couple days was the DNC debate, convention. That was so boring. Well, I'm sorry, so much pontificating and self-flagellation and I'm sorry, it literally had presentation on par, well, that was worse than my middle school presentation of Tom Sawyer. I'm still proud of that presentation. One of my first foray into any type of entertainment. Good Lord, this is just getting tiresome. If you look up my Gab account, yes, that is me on Gab. I use Gab for my extremely spicy stuff, the stuff I know that'll get me banned everywhere else. So if you want to see my spicy takes, well, I posted my take, which was a GIF I created out of Crowder's stream. Oh, good Lord. That's literally my opinion about all this. Joe Biden's only interview was with this woman named Cardi B, who, well, I honestly don't know how to describe how this woman is. She's a horrible person, and I'm not talking on Kamala Harris' level. Kamala is a person who basically is okay with the 21st century's equivalent of slavery here in the United States, which is forced labor of prisoners for less than $1 a day. Which that I find repulsive. But this woman, Ben Shapiro actually ended up asking his wife, who's a doctor by the way, everyone knows that, who, if it is actually possible for someone to be so, well, have that type of problem where you're actually flooding your house uncontrollably from a bodily fluid that is not used by excrement. And she didn't know of one. So Cardi B might be a patient zero for a new genetic disorder. Or she's just, well, just a horrible person who blackmails men with, like tricking them having sex and saying that she'll tell police that she'll be raped if they try to leave her, and then steals their money in the meantime, and then when they're out of money, she leaves them broken and destitute. So, I think the only reason why Harris is worse, horrible Harris, is that she does it on a such grander scale. Like Cardi B, honey, you really, really need to, get some help. Psychological, physiological, I don't know what. Seriously. What gives you the idea that this is a good way of looking at life? Wait. That you're literally having to mop it up. So, look at me, I have a twitch just trying to think about it. But yeah, the only interview that he gave was to this woman who basically gave a T-ball version of an interview, not even a softball, T-ball. And he still flubbed a couple of questions. Biden, and oh good Lord, racist bugger. I don't want to say Trump's racist. No, he's a dick. He's not a nice person. He will never try to be a nice person to those who honestly wrong him. I have no problem with that. With clowning, there's a noble tradition for clowns. It's called pranking.
am a hero too. My heart is there. I won't back down. Hero too. That doesn't make a hero. Two heroes. Stand up for they believe. Hero too. I am a hero too. My heart is there. I won't back down. Hero too. That doesn't make a hero. Two heroes. Stand up for what they believe. So wait and see. I've got heroes in my life. They take and the courage to survive. Without of the power every day. Now it's my turn to be the one to make you smile. So wait and see. Oh yeah. This is the reason why I honestly I cannot see the Democrats winning. It's so hard to make fun of them because, you know, there's a whole rule about in comedy that most comedians follow. You don't punch those who are not able to defend themselves. And these people are actually acting like they're functionally retarded. And I do mean the actual definition of medically retarded, where the brain's not able to handle regular stress and strains of everyday life. I don't mean it in any truly derogatory manner. I honestly see them acting like that, and it's... And the rockets red blaze, and the bombs bursting in air, they flew through the night, and our flag was still there. Oh, say the star-spangled banner yet wave on a land of the free and the home of the brave. Yeah, I came up with a new saying. It's gonna go inside my butt. I'll show you a look at it later. I had a bunch of sayings that I realized seem to have truths in them as I walk through my life. And one of the phrases is, "Oh, isn't it wonderful that the end of the world happened to pick such a wonderfully nice day to end on?" Yeah, I know. Another phrase is, "Contradictions cannot exist in reality, not in part, not in whole." Only place contradictions can exist are up here inside the mind. They exist no place else. Now you can have dualities, but you cannot have contradictions. Things that make it so that one cannot be the other. Another rule is people are stupid. People will believe a lie if they want it to be true, or if they are afraid that the lie is true. So let's think about that. That's the reason why a lot of the protesters like myself hold rallies like this. To get people to pay attention and ask the question in their own mind at least. Is it really that bad? Is the world really falling apart? And more people keep realizing the numbers don't say that. The science doesn't say that. The science agrees with Trump that we should just open them back up. Now, the recent studies actually say that since the death rate has gone down so much, it seems that we have reached herd immunity here in the United States. Just like I said before, the only way to do it is to throw it. And it seemed to happen anyway. Basically, those who survive, you're probably not going to die from this. That's the thing about pandemics and illnesses.
those who are immune, little thing about myself. There are people like myself all over the world. Those who do not really catch coronaviruses. Basically, I've never had a cold. I've never had the flu except one time when I actually got the flu shot. I don't take vaccines except for certain viruses that are not corona. Why? Because my natural immunity seems to hold out against corona. I don't know why. But all coronaviruses I've ever encountered, including the H1N1, bird flu, and swine flu, did not affect me at all. And I was, in both cases, I was in hot zones. I did not get sick, and I was not a transmitter. I could not catch it for some reason. I do not know why. And honestly, I thank God for it. If a doctor wants to get in contact with me, instant message me. I'll call you. But you can also follow my email, fatman.in.paradise@protonmail.com. Send me an email if you really want to find out. We can set up a transition. If you want me to go some places to get tested to be able to find out why I don't get affected by coronaviruses. Alright? Might be related to the fact that I have genetic disorders. And honestly, I just can't catch it because of it. Downside is that I have these genetic disorders. That would normally make me susceptible to a lot of different illnesses. But apparently to the flu, or any other coronavirus, H1N1, bird flu, and to COVID-19. Nothing. First time I actually, my hypothesis about me being immune to coronavirus period comes about from the first incident was when I was in elementary school. My entire school caught a very strong case of the flu. It ravaged the entire school. There were six students total, who did not get sick enough to be able to not bedbound for a couple days at least. She was no problem. I like being in front here and making a nuisance of myself.
What do you want? Just
Icky Iggy, let me live. No, we need a good limerick. What would it be? Anyone out there, give me a good limerick. It involves the word Iggy, I-G-E. That's the governor's name here. Yeah, it's a recreation of the Liberty Bell. And yes, that is a Trump sticker on there. Oh, wow. Oh, what's it nice? What's it nice? What's it nice? What's it nice? Oh, wow. Oh, what's it nice? What's it nice? What's it nice? What's it nice? Oh, wow. But yeah, I live in Wyandotte, so this temperature, the humidity doesn't mean, even though I don't tan, unlike my oldest brother. You leave him out in the sun, he starts looking like he's Native American. Me, I never tan. My sister also never tans. She gets freckles. That's freaking hilarious. But me, I acclimate. I get used to things entirely too quickly. This is how legends are made. This is how legends are made. Oh, my flag's falling out. Starting to fall down. What's up? I'm gonna be here. I'm gonna be here till at least 3. Is my plan. Sorry, excuse me. A little bit of gas. And the reason is because I got a notification from someone online that other people are gonna start showing up at 3, and I want to, interview everyone who would actually say anything. I want everyone to be able to hear that, Hawaii isn't all blue. I'd love to, honor Prince Cohio again, by putting us all on the red side again, putting us with Republicans, decide that, stop slavery, we got women suffragettes, the vote, pass civil rights legislation, all that, all by the Republicans. Figure, right? This is how legends are made. This is how legends are made. This is how legends are made. That's all right inside me. Oh, just you watch. This is how legends are made. The Titan that's rising. Oh, just you watch. This is how legends are made. But yeah, seriously, if there's anyone out there, I really have never caught the flu. The only time I ever had problems with influenza was the one time I got the flu shot, and some of my doctors say I had a mild case of Guillain-Barré syndrome. Other ones say no, that's not true because they couldn't find anything inside of my spinal cerebral fluid when they did a lumbar puncture, because there's a certain hormone they look for, I think, and it wasn't there. The problem was I seriously couldn't move my legs at the time. My hands were losing function. I'm still standing better than I ever been. Looking like a true survivor, feeling like a little kid. I'm still standing after all this time. These are the pieces of my life without you on my mind. I'm still standing, yeah. I'm still standing, yeah. All right. But yeah, there are people up in the United States who are like me. And they're actually statistically proven, because there are people who never get sick from coronaviruses. And this is something that's been well known for decades now. And it seems that I'm one of those people, as long as I don't get the flu shot. My life without you on my mind. Yeah. All right. There are people who are completely immune to certain viruses. There are a number of individuals in the world that they found out over the past 10 years that are completely immune to HIV. They don't have the receptors that the HIV can actually attach to. And that's both good and bad, because, good for them, bad because we can't replicate it. Same with what seems to be going on with people like myself. We just don't have the proper receptors. I'm still standing out all this time. This is my life without you on my mind. I'm still standing. Oh, I love those little bikes. Those things are cool. They're hybrid bikes. Mini hybrid bikes. Fold up real easy on us. It's really cool. Keep it trucking. Addy? Yeah, you all can be in the shade. The problem is they can't see you that well unless you got big white signs or, bright orange. People wonder why Fatman always wears orange. I'm freaking wearing international orange here. Look at this. Oh yes, it's so nice. But put it simply, is so people can't help but look at me. We've been trained, honestly, through anyone who actually drives, to keep an eye out for international orange. It is the orange. The orange is this particular shade of orange is used worldwide to show caution. Every country uses symbols that, all caution symbols using this color. Primarily just so everyone goes, oh, look out for that. And they're supposed to use red for danger as well. Doesn't always happen, but yeah. Seem that because of the extremely low rate of death, which it's still people dying, even though it seems to be that the individual medical coroners and medical doctors are still listing patients as COVID when they should not be, fluffing the numbers and making it, well, screwing up the math, which, by the way, I find extremely insulting. Like, come on, people, you don't think we would actually not catch you doing that? But seriously, even with the fluff numbers, the death rate's going down dramatically. Because of two reasons. Well, the lockdowns are actually saving people from dying from other regular diseases. The flu death has actually gone down, even though most people believe that the flu death numbers are actually being attributed to COVID. If you actually do that, you end up with a about average, actually. Especially because the anti-vaxxer movement here in the United States, which, by the way, yes, I have extreme criticism of. Do I think you should, about flu? Question that vaccine. It's towards individuals and individual natures. Like for me, I'll never take it again. Not a single one. But there are people who they should take it, honestly. Should be required head on. Nope. And the government should have an alternate way for those people who do not wish to have those vaccines to go about their daily lives. Do I think that's smart to do that? No. Do I think it's their right? Absolutely. And as I said before, by default, I'm libertarian. More freedom and nothing else. That's literally the highest note I can get.
This is
Oh no, no hat. grab another water. My tripod's not heavy enough to stand at the wind here, and honestly, I would really need like a lead weight to be able to do that. Start having like a there we go. Take me on, I'll be gone. Yeah. But yeah, I came up with a new graphic. It's going to be on the store later on. Spreadshirt. I'm also going to look up another store, see if I can find it, because I'd like to do this as a flag too. It's a play on the Gadsden flag, so stay tuned, everyone. If you actually saw me load my video up to BitChute, you would already know what the symbol looks like. Hope you know it. But yeah, I can find a company that will do regular buildings of prints out of a flag with that. I'm going to make several. Won't back down. Hey, baby. There's no easy way out. Hey, I will stand my ground, and I won't back down. And I know that's right. I got just one night in a world that keeps on pushing me around. I stand my ground, and I won't back down. Hey, baby, there's no easy way out. Hey, I stand my ground, and I won't back down. All right, then. But yeah, I'm one of those people. Oh yeah, a phrase. I teased it again. Sorry. But the phrase is this. There are three things you must truly be afraid of in this world. A mother's love, the courage of a fool, and the anger of a kind man. Three things to always be afraid of. Why? A mother will go through great lengths to protect their child. No matter how much they fight, it is unlikely that they will ever let their child just die. And if they do, then honestly, they're not really a mother, then they're a breeder. That's not nice. Yeah. Back down. Oh, back down. Oh, we got another one. Got flip cameras. You can see her, right? Oh, come on. go. I got another one. Hey, long see no time.
I'm just leaving. No! Yay! Yeah. Oh, thank you. And then I guess there's one. Hey, Thomas. There's one at 3, and then tomorrow and Sunday.
No worries.
Yeah.
I got a lot of hair. Don't worry about it. It doesn't stop at the neckline.
Yes, there's one at 3 o'clock, and I think that's Barber's Point. Let me tell you.
Yeah.
And then tomorrow I need near
Eva Beach.
Eva Beach. That's tonight though. And then tomorrow
What time is
IAS somewhere. You
What
know
time is
Edwin
Queens?
Boyette, the guy that had the one the other day. What time is it?
Wait, I thought Edwin's was the 29th. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, thank God I just check Edwin's page for information.
Okay. Yeah,
Wait.
I didn't want
I didn't
to.
quote anything.
Hey, you have is there a way you can send that to my account or my email?
Can you drive around Wanalua Safeway tomorrow at 3:30? Trump rally. I'll be-
3:30 of Wanalua?
What- Yeah, Salt Lake Wanalua. No, wait. That's confusing. Salt Lake Shopping Center.
Salt Lake Shopping Center. That's where Kmart used to be with O'Reilly, right?
I'm not sure. Salt Lake Safeway.
Sunday here. 3 o'clock.
Salt Lake Wanalua Safeway. Not Wanalua Shopping Center.
Sunday
Okay,
here.
it's
Oh,
on-
I know where that Safeway is. That's halfway down Salt Lake Boulevard.
Yeah, I'll be on the corner of Salt Lake Boulevard.
And tonight.
Oh yeah, it's still recording. It's still going.
Friday, August 21st, 3 to 6 p.m. Fort Weaver Road, Eva Beach. Yeah, probably not gonna do that.
So we
All right. Yeah.
morning. We take her down every night. We don't let her touch the ground. We post her.
Yeah, just tag me in it, and send it to my Facebook or whatever you do it. Yeah, it's still live. Send it to my Facebook or I gave you my email. It's Fatman space in Paradise is one word. So yeah, it's capital I, lowercase n, capital P, lowercase everything else.
I thought you were off the grid, so I didn't look at
I deliberately obfuscate the information. The information on there is not correct to be able to find me.
So if I look at Fatman in Paradise.
Oh, you'll find my account, the one I use, but that the information on there is not 100% correct. It's correct enough to be legal, but it's not correct enough for anyone to find me. Like Fatman in Paradise is me, legally speaking. I actually have the registered name as a character in a certain community, so it actually is a different character that I actually present. So I can actually go by the name.
I'll
I
text
can't
you.
find it. Maybe you could find Edwin's or something. I can't find it.
Here's my business card.
Did you see?
I have one. I don't want
Did
to
you
waste
see
your
the
business
new signing of the new emergency orders got signed again? I think so. Yeah. Let me know. But I can't find the Edwin's one.
Here, I can
It's tomorrow,
1 second.
29th.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna pause this.
All right, see you later.
I'm gonna pause this so we can have a little bit of a conversation, and then I'll start this up in another minute.
Okay. Don't give you trouble.
Nope, I started recording again. So, alrighty, then we're back. And so yeah, we're back here having our lives. And I was just joined by Cece, and it's just the two of us now. Me playing my music, and her with her MAGA hat and her Trump flag, which honestly puts a lot of other Trump flags to shame. I'm actually going to order my own little one. I'm making a new design. I make designs, odd stuff, and I just put them online. My entire family likes making silly art. It's a new Gadsden flag design. Use the same wording. Don't tread on me, but it's a. Well, I'll show it to you when. Actually, I'm gonna pause this again, ladies and gentlemen. I'll be back in a minute. Here we go. Wanted to give her a sneak peek to the new design. It's a play on the Gadsden flag, like a lot of the parody ones. Point in fact, my favorite parody one is the one that says "Don't tread on me," and it's a Lego.
Yeah. A Lego.
Yes, don't ever tread on a Lego. Just don't. It's not worth it. Rock and roll band.
That's Nazi.
Yeah, I think. Well, I got yelled at. What was it, last Sunday when we had that group here?
Yeah.
And this guy goes by on a bicycle, says, "Could you pull up the mask?" I looked at him and said, "No, this is a protest against masks." He told me I was a dick, and I said, "So are you." I went, yes, okay. It's civil disobedience. It's a tradition in this country, so we don't have to have civil wars. Honestly. And just then it hits me. Somebody shouted out and said, play that funky music, wild boy. Play that funky music right. Play that funky music, wild boy. Play on a boogie and play the funky music till you die. Oh yeah. I keep trying to explain to people that I honestly don't understand racism, and people don't really get me. I don't understand it, because to understand something, I came up with a saying years ago. Yeah, there's 2 points on a map. 1 point represents one person, the second point represents another. If there's no correlation point in the middle, there's no way they can interact. And that's me in most racism. I still don't get it. I understand as a concept. I understand by the definition about, thinking your race is better just because of genetic traits. But I look at it and I go, well, why would anyone think this way? It's illogical. And it still is. I thought this when I was a kid. Now, my parents did their best to make sure I was never exposed to racist ideas when I was a kid. So it's such an alien thing for me. It really is just an alien idea for me, like the idea for most people trying to understand Star Trek. A non-Trekkie trying to understand Trek. I have no idea what that woman said. Remember, when someone gives you the finger, it says F-U-C-K Trump, remember, just do this. You don't have to say anything, just look at them, stare at them, make sure they're looking at you, and just bring it up small.
Small?
Well, that's saying, that's how big they are. I was actually, that is now an emoji you can find on Facebook. That was actually advocated by a feminist group back in 2018. I thought it was hilarious. I said, okay, I have no problem with that. Because, I'm all into insults. Point fact, me and my siblings, we're not small people. My sister is the smallest, being at 5'6". Yeah. She's just like 3 inches shorter than her husband, who's Filipino, Hawaiian, Chinese.
Really?
Yeah. He's tall for his he's extremely tall for his family. His mother literally comes up to here. And well, it's just so many stories. But we were not allowed to roughhouse because we were living in California. So we never could roughhouse as kids. So yeah, I know. Everyone gets loud and starts giggling and snickering at my nicknames.
Thank you.
One of my favorite ones is still Shillery. Yeah, the silent dollar sign in front of her name. But we came up with it, but because we're still siblings and we always wanted to compete, we decided to start doing it intellectually. Well, let me put it this way. The lowest IQ in my siblings, my biological siblings, is 135, and that's me.
That's pretty high.
That's me.
That's excellent.
Everyone else is higher by a couple of points, except for
You just made Mensa.
No, I'm actually below Mensa. Mensa is 140.
140?
Yeah.
Okay. I thought Mensa was like 132.
Well, you can. It depends on certain classifications. My problem is I always have certain things. I have what's known as conceptual dyslexia. I lose names, so I can do things and that people can't honestly comprehend. Hope it looks good. Didn't look good. But like I say, there's the people who are geniuses who do astrophysics, come up, build atom smashers and things like that. Huge feats of engineering. And then there's people like me who make peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. I'm the guy who takes what they do and mix it with something else and go, look, it's something useful. Yeah, but my sister apparently I was told by my mother that my sister beat this all hands down by a lot of points. Probably around 20. I know. I know she's in the low 60s. I won't forget the man who died, who gave that right to me, and I gladly stand. But the game we came up with is called the insult game. The rules are simple. No foul language. That means basically the words that any church gets mad about. F-U-C-K, D-M-N, all the derivatives thereof. You're not allowed to use. But everything else is fair game. And you go back and forth. First person, you can start with a coin toss, or whoever tosses the first insult. That's usually how it usually started with us. And then we go back and forth. And the winner was declared when the other person choked. When you said a joke, said something so horrible, the other person went, huh, huh, and lost their train. Yeah. So we took sibling rivalry to intellectual. And it was like, what was it? Well, let's put it this way. One of the more creative ones was my brother, was into poetry and writing music at the time, who is a welder, actually a very skilled welder. Came up with this one. I'm going to say this for posterity to be recorded because I'm one of the only people I know who can remember this verbatim. Here we go. This is the best way to use best insult to use in any area where you're not allowed to use foul language, or if you would get in trouble for it. But I do not encourage using this poem in that way. But this is just for historical sake. Chuck you for all I care, your whole fam family can all buck a fuffalo. For all I care, you can. Dang it! For all I care, you can all buck a fuffalo. For the mucker, you ain't so much in fudge.
Oh, that takes some spoonerisms.
It's a bunch of spoonerisms. Oh, you can. Man, I missed the verse, man. I feel like an idiot. I missed the verse. What was it? For all I care, go back. Oh, there we go. Chucky for all I care, your whole family you can go back off, back off in your own backyard and see how your Peter feels. Well, the mucker you ain't much fudge. He did that to an abusive. He came up with that for a abusive teacher that he was dealing with in high school, who was deliberately downgrading everyone because if they did not agree with his political views. This was back in the 90s. Keep that in mind. And yeah, the guy was far left even back then. And yeah, tried to get my brother suspended, and that incident was what got my brother to befriend the vice principal when the vice principal he said I did not use foul language, did not cuss in any way. And the vice principal says, okay, what did you say? And he repeated it verbatim. Him and his friend, because they said it in stereo. and put it simply, the vice principal thought it was entertaining, but said, okay, I need you to write it out. None of the words is considered foul language. Well, at that time. That means using, but still considered curse words, but not suspendable offenses, especially showing disregard to a teacher. They were given detention for disrespecting a teacher, but detention with the vice principal, which ended up including a game of baseball. Because he thought it was so freaking entertaining. Soon after that, vice principal took my brother and his friends under his wing to protect them from, authoritarian jerks like that. Because the guy was just literally downgrading anyone who just didn't agree with him. Yeah, and my brother's a lefty.
Hey, that's John Carroll.
Oh, yeah, they look like him. Yeah.
My brother's a lefty, so. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, hey, fuzzy butt.
water.
Go ahead. If you ever don't let yourself get dehydrated, there's a cooler full of water up by.
You're so sweet.
That was happened to Joe.
Thank you.
That's what they think. I
Joe's
was
dad.
fell down at the end of the rally Saturday.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, "There's water here." He goes, "Really?" Yeah, I did. Brought it for everyone. I went and got it. And I have ice specifically on the bottle. I specifically bring that beaten up cooler because I don't care if it gets run over or something like that. I literally saved it off the side of the road.
2020, baby.
Oh yeah.
And then lean left. She came also. No. It's too good. I know. Because it was hot.
Gotta tighten this.
I know, right?
Alrighty then. So,
Fingers.
ladies, what was your opinion about the DNC convention? Did you guys anyone even watch it? I know I watched Louder with Crowder's live stream of it. I didn't actually.
I did not watch because it hurts my ears.
Yeah, it was screeching
Yeah.
and.
Joe Biden speaks, my ear hurts. I can't. But I can only say that he probably had a speech already written somewhere, or somebody was speaking in his ears, or all this.
Yeah, he can read off a teleprompter as long as
This is what they
he's
do.
got a not long enough nap right beforehand.
Yeah. So you cannot underestimate them.
Yeah, I'm not gonna underestimate Joe Biden. Hence the reason why I'm out here.
We know the cheater and corrupt.
But yeah. So what was your opinion about the DNC convention? I was surprised too. It was kind of funny. Still had to be guided off stage.
You came.
You want to know something funny? Here's a simple fact about the DNC convention that no one noticed. You want to know how many people? There was one other YouTube channel that was live streaming at the same time they were doing the C-SPAN live stream of the DNC convention. You want to know who had the bigger number? By a series of magnitude. I mean, the DNC had like, what was it, 58,000? This other live streamer had over 580,000 viewers at the same time. Louder with Crowder. He was doing a live stream of the DNC, and they were making fun of him. I made a get. I post my spicy memes on Gab because I don't want to get banned right away. Because they're gonna ban me anyway eventually. Because
He likes Joe Biden and Kamala. But I'm gonna send you some. What is your email address?
But seriously, I'm not joking about the whole thing with Steven Crowder having a higher number, about 580,000. I was watching it live too. The
Because I'm not wearing a hat. She's feeding me a different
I've got a fabric marker. You want to write MAGA across the front of that?
What?
I have a fabric marker, a black fabric marker that will write across. You can write on any cloth and it will stay.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I carry it with me just so I can,
If I want a white t-shirt, I will write it.
Yeah, I'm actually going to start designing my own type of bandanas. I've gotten an order of blank bandanas. I'm going to start doing artwork on them. Because I wear mine like a face mask. I get these extra large ones, like about 12 by 12. And I'm actually... We're not a democracy. We're a republic. We have democratic systems, don't get me wrong.
Some of them I don't mind.
As long as they're done properly, absolutely. But mail by elections? What?
Yeah. Jeff
Just
Dixon.
because I like
Jeff
certain
Dixon
democratic policies.
Start
Oh.
JD
Yeah. Here's something.
at Gmail. I'm gonna send you live. Jeff Dixon.
No.
here's something that most people don't get. People think I'm a diehard Trump supporter. I'm a libertarian. I'm politically sensitive. I think Green Party was BS. But that's I was more. I would literally stand with the first political party I would stand with before the Republicans or the Democrats before 2016, 2015 was Libertarian Party. Even though the meme of came out after 2016 because of the Aleppo situation. I blocked it from my mind. Honestly, it was just so bad. But he was the best, except that he couldn't remember Aleppo, which was having major strife at the time. The best thing he could have said is, honestly, I don't know the situation on the ground. I need to go look at that before I say anything. That's the best thing he should have done, but he didn't. But there's a meme that shows it says libertarian ideas, and it shows a majestic snow fox, and it says libertarian candidates, and it's literally a taxidermied fox that has literally looked like it's gone through the washing machine.
Down fox.
Yeah. So I'm like, yeah, that's about right. That's the reason why I was like, this is not going to change anything. And I got so mad in 2014, 2015. I'm a gamer. If you ever heard of a thing called Gamergate, I was one of those executives. I was literally kicked in the teeth and called a misogynist because I wanted the games that were adventures, that were fun, that had good stories. And instead, I was literally told, I'm a horrible person because I don't want to play a game that involves a lesbian kissing. I just don't enjoy the idea of that. Now, don't get me wrong, and not when I'm playing video games. There are times when I do, but keep in mind, I happen to use Tor when I do that. If you're gonna watch stuff like that, use Tor. I'm not gonna do it in a freaking video game where people can see me online.
Do it in private.
Yes, you know.
Well, our society is turning into sex cells and sex food everywhere, and there's no censorship on. Everything's taken off. I was just watching this thing on the news the other night. Ed Sullivan show. Performances are all on YouTube now, streaming.
Yeah.
And they don't show him from the waist. They only show him from the waist up.
Right, because
he was
he would do this.
provocative. Yeah. So that was in the 50s.
Yeah.
Now we will show people fucking on TV. And everything is about
Cardi B's music video.
right.
I'm like, what?
The whole snipping, the whatever. That show?
She had to use. She said it was so wet. She had to use a mop.
Right? That's normal. No, that's just.
And then there's. Did you hear about Cuties on Netflix? It is a. I don't know if it's a movie or a TV or a show. It's gonna be on Netflix. But the synopsis is this: a young 10-year-old girl loves to dance and then joins the dance club. And the dance club does a bunch of performances to earn money and help the community. The image shown. No, well they do. Yeah, but the original promotional image was the character standing in very provocative poses. 10 and 11-year-old girls. Yeah, I know. Wow, pedogate, right? No, that's not. That's a conspiracy theory, right? Yeah. But it turns out apparently the film's actually a parody. It's meant to criticize the people who are sexualizing their children, and it's not actually made to glorify it. It's literally supposed to be like a scary movie type of situation where they go.
Scary movie type of thing.
Actually, no. Correction. Let's go with the proper original airplane type.
Right. Like it's like Airplane or like Naked Gun.
Airplane was the original Leslie Nielsen's breakthrough role. May he rest in farting pieces.
When he was
You know,
on the plane and he throwed up the eggs.
If you want to watch something funny, go watch his interviews from the 1980s and 1990s when he was a really big star when he finally broke through during the Naked Gun series.
Yeah.
He would be talking and then you'd hear a fart sound because he kept a little hand cushion in his pocket every single time he went to an interview. It was hard rubber, two boards, and a rubber nozzle that would go every time you squeezed it.
And depending on how squeeze it, you can make it go. And it was just freaking hilarious. And he would, him and I can't remember his name. I feel like a horrible person. Gene Wilder. Leslie Nielsen, Gene Wilder perfected the deadpan delivery. But Gene Wilder was literally the best out of it, and Leslie Nielsen he perfected it. Gene Wilder had the
breakout that
it was the total being totally serious in a ridiculous moment. My favorite Gene Wilder movie.
What was the Police Academy? And they had Police Academy, and that was like, and it became a whole genre of movies. And they had
a cartoon series.
And then they had, all the different.
What came first was actually what was it?
Blazing Saddles.
No, the first one was Police Patrol, and it was a TV show that was considered too funny to be on TV. That's why it was canceled. Only 5 episodes were made, 3 ever aired, and they were aired out of order. And that was Leslie Nielsen's beginning role. And they went, and that was, but because they got so much money out of it, the director and the writer and Leslie Nielsen went to another. I don't remember which company, but financed airplane.
Really?
And they went, okay. I don't know. But yeah, and then Airplane 2, and then they went, then they asked Leslie Nielsen, hey, you want to reprise your character from Police Patrol? Leslie Nielsen says, you don't even have to ask. I still have the costume. And that actual character became Naked Gun. All that entire movie series is based off of the entire first season. Oh, where are you off to? You going? All right.
We're gonna go. Some chick looked really upset, and I did my time. So they send cops over. I don't want to be here to be asked for my GPS info. So
Well, good luck. I'm as I said, there are 3 things you need to be afraid of: a mother's love, a fool's courage, and the anger of a kind man. Obviously, I'm a fool. I don't back down unless I actually think it's going to be better the other direction.
I don't either, but I only put my meter for a certain amount of time. So
Yeah, it's one of the reasons why I got the handicap placard. You can park on the street for a period. Yeah, if you have the handicap placard here in Honolulu, you can literally use any of the meter parking spaces. You won't get charged, and you can just park there as long as you have the placard up.
Well, thank you for always being here, Thomas. You're a breath of fresh air, and always good to see you. So tomorrow.
Yeah, well, I'm going to tell them it's going to be in Salt Lake area, and look for us. So that's all I'm going to give out because I don't want to have us to be accosted before we get there, and I'm going to tell people where we are when I start the stream tomorrow if I'm going to be there. Aloha, have fun. And remember, if you're not having fun, you're doing it wrong. But yeah, Leslie Nielsen, may you rest in farting pieces. I love you, man. Yeah, they're leaving. Their meters are running out. But yeah, there's a whole huge documentary about Leslie Nielsen on YouTube, and it's really in depth.
That is my kind of humor, that dry, witty,
Straight up.
so stupid it's funny.
And
That's why I like Vince Diller and I like I like him in color. It's like Jim Carrey, all those classic stuff. Make fun of people without them knowing you're making fun of them.
that's be able to be serious in a silly situation, and that was pioneered by Gene Wilder and Leslie Nielsen. And
Gene Wilder, that was Blazing Saddles, right?
Blazing Saddles, he was the guy, the Waco Kid.
Sorry, I'm moving away from the speakers because I don't want to get muted on Facebook.
Gene Wilder, what's that other movie he did?
Young Frankenstein. He did a lot of movies for Mel Brooks.
That's what it is. Mel Brooks. That was the original.
He was in a lot of movies for Mel Brooks because he was a friend of Mel Brooks. Leslie Nielsen recently passed away about a year ago.
Really?
But the thing is, he became a recluse because he didn't want his fans to see him like he was. He had help. Because at the last 3 conventions he went to, where he signed autographs, people said, "I love you in this movie," and he was, "Oh, really?" But after they left, he turned to his wife and said, "I don't remember that movie." And she said, "Yeah, you were in that movie. You were the starring role." So yeah, I understand why Gene Wilder. I honestly respect that type of decision to keep the characters alive in that memory.
Yeah. It kind of ties into Robin Williams, so that's what happened to him.
Now, the thing is with Robin Williams, there's a big convoluted crap with his death. He was...
Just came out of the whole bunch of shit on him.
That happens a lot, too many times.
Smash that on there a little better.
Oh, there we go.
Right there.
Was it good for you?
Yeah, that was good.
That was it.
I've been locked up for 5 months, so any action is good. I was actually just walking by the library. He knows on the other side of the road. She goes, "Come rally with me." I was like, "Okay, where are we going?" She was just by herself with a flag. I forgot this one.
If they want to start harassing us about masks, there's a bunch of bandanas on the top of my bag right over by the... That doesn't count. They've said
Made out of the same material.
I know. Actually, mine's made out, the ones I buy are a lot lighter material.
I just made it through the COVID-19. I didn't contract it, even though everyone around me did. So,
Well, that's one of the things I was pointing out on my stream earlier. There are people like myself who don't catch coronavirus.
I'm not gonna catch it. I tried as hard as I could to catch it, and it didn't happen.
I've been for every major coronavirus in the past 10 years, H1N1, bird flu. I've been in the hospital for all of them, and I never caught it.
Do you get sick ever? You get the flu?
Well, I got sick one time. That's because I got the flu shot.
Right. So that means
And I had almost what was considered a pseudo Guillain-Barré syndrome response. Why do they call it pseudo? Because I didn't actually have the enzyme in my spinal when they did the lumbar puncture. But I still couldn't walk for freaking 4 months.
I just watched 70 people test positive, and none of them had symptoms. None of them even had a temperature.
Oh yeah, new piece of information coming out from the WHO. Those who are asymptomatic are extremely unlikely to pass it on to anyone.
Right, so it's like having chicken pox or whatever, staph. It's with you forever. You just carry it.
Actually, no, with COVID-19, it's only 4 weeks.
Yeah.
You only have the antibodies for 4 weeks.
So if I had contracted it maybe 3 months ago,
The antibodies would have already been gone out of your system.
now what if I just can't contract it because my immune system just pushes it right out?
What usually happens with people who can't contract illnesses is that they don't have the receptors.
Because I was literally drinking the same bottle,
Yeah.
using the person's fork and eating their food off their tray after they had eaten it. I mean, sleeping right next to him, breathing on each other, working out, like doing squats with him on my shoulder. Like I'm talking, I tried to catch it.
Sounds
Everyone-
almost gay, but okay.
Well, I was in prison, so
I understand. You know, you have to do what you have to do to survive.
Everyone caught it but me. Me and like 3 other guys.
But what it means is that you're very likely, like me, who just doesn't have the heart that attracts it.
Right, so I don't get strep throat. I don't get.
And
flu, I
you're
don't-
very unlikely to ever catch coronavirus. Strep throat, the flu, the cold,
I don't get any of that.
bird flu, swine flu. It's just, you're very unlikely to ever catch it. Unlikely doesn't mean you won't.
What I think is crazy is the ones that caught it. 3 days it was over. They had headaches. They had, they couldn't taste and they couldn't smell.
Here's the horrible thing. When you take all the numbers, including the inflated numbers from the United States, because they're counting the cases now. By the way, each time they test a person, that counts as one case.
Right.
So every time they test them, that's one, even if it's the same person.
No, that's bullshit. I just got 2 times, so they, I have 3 negatives at least.
But yeah, with each case that tests as positive, that counts as a case. And once you have the antibodies, you test positive for months.
So even if you were destined to die anyways from COPD or whatever it is you might have had. If you had gotten, you know,
There was a girl that was
pneumonia,
admitted,
you
there was a
would've
girl
died
that
too.
was admitted to that hospital 2 days ago, and she was told that she has COVID even though they never tested her. She was there for asthma.
This is great. They're just
I have asthma,
people die
too.
and they just write it on there. Died from COVID.
Actually,
Even though they
that's
died from, you know, they had heart disease plus.
here's another simple fact, another uncomfortable fact. In Colorado, a coroner separated those who died from COVID from who died with COVID, and the discrepancy was huge.
That died from it, or died with it, yeah.
Died from it was
If you're going to contract it, you're going to have it.
the people who died from it was less than 15% of all the people who died, and those who died with it was roughly around, what was it? Of all the deaths that were reported, where it was 48%. The rest were most of the other ones were murder, suicide, car wrecks.
Every year in America, 10 million people die from heart disease.
Well, actually, it depends.
So
Actually,
I'm
the average in the United States is 380,000 every year, period, across the board. No, of everything.
Of everything.
That's on average.
380,000, okay.
Yeah, because there are highs and there are lows. That was 2019 average. But if I remember
This is the
correctly,
world, then. 10 million people die every year from heart disease. We're
Here in
going to lose maybe 2 million people this year related to COVID. They shut the whole world down.
yep. There are what are referred to as the silent victims, the ones that are dying from mental illnesses, either from delusions, paranoia, stuff like that.
I can't believe this is such a
It's the inconsistencies.
power trip, like.
Yeah. But here's another uncomfortable fact. I'm not drawing any conclusions from this. I'm letting other people draw conclusions.
Just putting it out there.
The death rate, I cannot find anymore because they stopped updating this information back at the end of July.
Well, they have 6,000 cases here in Hawaii and 40 people have died. It had it. They didn't die from it. But, you know, it's crazy.
The death rate worldwide. Want to guess it?
Death rate right now, percentage-wise, or
Death rate as of end of July. Last time I could get the information.
it's 100-something thousand.
Percentage.
8%?
0.24%. That you mean
0.24.
you had a
0.00%.
99.76% of survival.
Yeah.
And what was it? What was it? 20% had symptoms of the people who got sick had symptoms. No. It was 85% of the people who caught it had symptoms. Had mild symptoms up to a headache, cough. The rest of them, none whatsoever, except for 2% of the people who caught it died.
And then we're going to die anyway. Just saying.
The thing is, those numbers I can't get confirmed. Those were the estimations at the time. Again, only estimations at the time because I can't get those numbers anymore. They weren't reported.
People die from everything else. And just add COVID to it.
Every year, depending on suicide on average 80,000 a year in the United States. Car wrecks that include both vehicular manslaughter and accidental, usually around 120,000. It was one of the ones that caused most deaths, but usually the one that caused most deaths was over 200,000, 280,000 hands. Strangulation, killing yourself accidentally with your own hands, stuff like that. Because the thing that kills humans most often, hands. Guns, 14%. 14%. And that includes all mass shootings. I'm not joking.
It's about high capacity magazines and it's about having assault rifles.
Oh,
And not
now keep in mind, there's a difference between assault rifles and assault weapons. Do you know what the difference is?
one you use for assaults and one.
No. There is no such thing as assault weapons. It is a made-up term made by the leftists. It's to make it so that it is a fairy tale word to make people afraid. Assault weapons do not exist. Assault rifles are the type of rifles civilians cannot buy without a federal exemption and paying at least $20,000 to the federal government for the permit to begin the process. I don't know about the rest of the costs because those costs are considered
private for the individual, and they don't post it. But this to start the process is $20,000. That's when they do a huge background check. And if you pass all 30 background checks in this process, and they don't just check your background, they check your family's background. Every within 6 degrees of separation. And that's what I was told.
You don't need to have carry an assault rifle.
But an assault rifle, one of the characteristics of assault rifle, it's called fire select. That means you can shoot one bullet,
right, or 3-shot,
or 3-shot, or full auto.
or you can upgrade full auto. And
Yeah,
full auto is
that you have just a simple switch that will allow you to do that. Every other weapon that's considered an assault weapon is BS, because there's no such thing. Because every other weapon that they say is an assault weapon is a semi-automatic rifle, a semi-automatic pistol.
Yeah.
That means one pull, one shot. You pull the trigger once, you get one bullet fly out. Again, I always say this whenever I talk about firearms. If you ever use a firearm, practice barrel discipline. Always point at the ground. Do not point at anything you don't want to make a hole through. And number 2, always practice trigger discipline. Do not put your finger on that trigger unless you're going to put a hole through something. And that's usually through something, not just in. So yeah, there's a lot of obfuscation information like that, outright lies.
Just read a couple of good books.
Like my favorite one to point out is the outright lie of Trump saying there are good people on both sides. That's an outright lie. That is a clipped piece of audio.
There are good people out there.
No. What he said was that I'm not talking about the neo-Nazis or white supremacists. I'm not talking about any racial supremacists. I'm talking about there are people there who are protesting for their points of view. There were good people on both sides. That was the full quote.
And then the Biden came out and said, he loves Nazis. He loves the white supremacists.
That's the beginning of the full quote. And then he again repeated 30 seconds later after he got interrupted. I'm not talking about the white supremacists or the Nazis. Again, I'm not talking about any type of supremacists. They're wrong. They're foolish. Honestly, I consider it stupid personally. But we should always remember that we're not. We're human, and there are people who want to be able to keep their history. And these statues represent a history. Whether or not it's a good history or bad history, that's one thing. But if you want to remove it from public, then have a vote. That's my main problem about certain laws. I said I'm a libertarian, and by the mouth of Catholic, I'm against abortion. I really am. I'm one of those individuals. There are 5 groups in every decision, every legal decision. There's the people who don't care. Not as much finger energy. Then there are the people who are for and against, that advocate for or against, and then there are the extremes, the people who are advocating against completely. The DNC has now become pro-abortion, not just pro-choice, pro-abortion. They have gone full tilt. Oh, that's nasty. I can't. I'm allergic to marijuana. I'm allergic to marijuana, and someone just went by with a koosh.
I wish I was allergic to marijuana. My life.
But
I don't mind marijuana. It's
what was it? I just lost my train of thought.
Democrats are pro
Right.
killers.
Then there are the other people like me. I am anti-abortion, 100%. Let's put it this way: if I had the ability to do so, I would. Oh, it looks like we have an idiot blocking traffic.
It's just this guy doesn't know where he's at. He's a little hot right now.
I don't know.
He hasn't slept in a week.
Probably. But yeah, there's a sheriff. I just did an illegal U-turn to be able to keep an eye on it. But yeah, to put it simply, anti-abortionists tend to be people who abide by the law, because you're usually Christians and they follow the mandate. Give unto God what is God's, but give up what is Caesar's. And so I have to abide by the law until the law, literally goes the wrong direction.
I think there should be no laws.
No, there's a couple of things that I have great criticism of about this country. But put it simply, if I had the wish or the ability to do so, I would remove the idea of abortion from every person's mind, even if I had to do it forcefully. If I had that ability.
I see
and destroy all the information, all the tools to do so.
Civilization is like that. They're like, okay, we fucked up. What can we do? We're reacting, okay? Because we're a reactive, society. We're not proactive. We don't think about what could happen and then set a plan. We just go balls out, and then when something bad happens, like state of Hawaii, they just all the COVID's everywhere now. What are we gonna shut it down again? Shut it down. I don't know what to do. Put masks on. Shit. Only people that go to work are people that are necessity. I don't care if anyone stays home. We're not gonna give you any more money.
Yeah, you can go out and protest with BLM, but you stand out there.
Yeah, because that's all you gotta do is just say your name is Bill Question and your last four of your social is 6543, and they write that down. They hand you the ticket. That's it.
What's funny is I told you about. I had 2 tickets on Friday. They wrote my name down. Yeah, that means I can just get it dismissed on clerical error. But that's the one I want to really fight. It's annoying.
I think your battles are grounded there. You should fight. That's pretty cheap shot right there.
What I'll do is I'll bring it up and say Martin Ryan. I want to say it first thing first here on here. My name is Thomas Martin.
Here's my ID and
all right.
This has to be. Sorry, it's dismissed.
The thing is, I'll do that, and I'll say my other piece about it's freedom of speech. I literally have hours of video that I can show you if you're bringing a monitor of people showing support from home, just home.
Having your rosary okay.
The rosary, I'm fighting because that is ridiculous. I've seen people with more on their mirrors than just a freaking rosary.
Yeah, but you can ride a moped around everywhere, but you can't hang a rosary on your mirror. Okay? You can ride a street bike without a helmet in the state, but you can't put a rosary on your mirror in your car. That you went and got a license to drive, and
right.
you're insured, and all of the above. It has many tests done on safety, all this stuff. You can put limo tent on your windows.
I know of a man who built a bumper out of spare rubber, paracord, and liquid rubber paint and black paint, and he was able to get the car to pass safety inspection. I also know of another man who fixed an entire engine with dental floss.
Yeah, see, that's our society. We are just so stuck on punishing people for anything we can punish them for. Just punish them. Whatever we can do, punish.
Yeah, it's far more punitive than what should be actually about reconciliation, reformation.
We're not trying to rehabilitate anybody. We just want to punish them and watch them we want to hang them and watch them hang.
And then there's people like Kamala Harris. She actually had people out there fighting fires in California, forced labor. They were prisoners.
Oh yeah.
And they had forced them to work for $1 a day to fight forest fires. A number of them died. I'm sorry, I don't care if you're paying them $1 a day. That's freaking slavery. Forced labor, period.
The whole $1 a day thing is ridiculous.
Yeah, that's one of the things.
You're so grateful for it when you're in there because you don't have any other money. So
yeah,
to get a fucking rack of cookies every other week.
I know. I have friends and family. I have friends and family who've gone through the system, and some are still there.
It's unreal because people get away with it. And they say, well, next time we'll come to jail.
Right. What's not illegal?
I didn't even try to come to jail.
Yeah,
punishing me for stuff I did myself.
Yeah. That is just really messed up. Like my problem, my personal view about drug offenses. If you're going to do something drugs yourself and you're not actually hurting other people, I would put a fine on it, and then the required time would be going to a drug rehabilitation program. Unless your actions while you were in a drug state hurt other people, and then I would make it to what's referred to as a compound law, like what they have for the hate crime law. That's called a compounding law. It makes the sentences worse.
Like DUIs, you have one DUI, we're going to let it go. You have two, okay, now we're going to charge you one. You have 3 DUIs, you really can't get straight, we're going to take your license away.
Right.
Okay, now you kill someone in a DUI, okay, now we got a case. Now you're never getting your license back. You're going to do some jail time, and that's a drug right there. The government regulates it, just like prescription medication.
But my entire thing is, I'd
I don't. The problem about regulation is if it's done well, I have no problem. The way they do it with alcohol, I'm fine. I wish they would lower the taxes personally, but because my plan would actually help them. Regulate let it 20 years. And put the highest taxes on the most dangerous stuff. Seriously. Like, literally like heroin, fentanyl, make the taxes literally 200%. I'm not joking. And so people only the freaking rich people who want to kill themselves anyway.
That's what they did to the pharmaceutical industry.
Right. But no, if you're going to buy it commercially, it's but the pharmacies and have medical pay. That's different. But actually have it for private use.
It's government regulated, so it doesn't matter.
Right.
The government's getting their share.
Right. Everyone that allows them to dip into the pockets of individuals who want to.
Marijuana's now the government's like, shit. We do it with alcohol, we do it with cigarettes.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to smoke weed.
My entire thing is, be downwind from me, please. I'm allergic to the pollen. I'm allergic to the pollen for all hemp types. I'm allergic to the pollen. The pollen's where the THC is. I cannot.
You're set for having.
Well, I found one way I can do it. I have to emulsify it in oil. Or I can do top butter, but I don't get a high off it.
It's a different high. It's quite it affects your nervous system in a different way.
But with
I don't even like smoking weed anymore. I get way too high. I'm mellowed out. I'm smoking weed my life. I also got addicted to heroin and other things, and lost a whole good chunk of my life, and now I don't do any of it anymore.
That's good. That's one of the other primary reasons why I want to have it regulated. For the people who want to do stupid stuff and get through it, and they go, wait a second, this is not how I want to have to live my life, and they end up cleaning themselves up, and they never have that horrible craving of what was it like, and then when they get successful, they go do it, and they end up killing themselves.
I did it for the last, drinking alcohol. I became an alcoholic for years, I drank. Now I haven't had a drink in 8 years. I haven't even, no want in my life at all to drink. Been offered to drink, no, it doesn't, I've got to drink one.
I only drink drinks that taste good. I don't drink to get drunk. I know entirely too many people who do that.
My mindset is when I do something that's good, whether it's adrenaline, whether it's all these different things. I like to do them to the max. So I drank to the max, I did drugs to the max. Now I'm just, I gotta find something that stimulates my mind. So
Yeah.
When I was working out at the gym, I work out to the max. Get the best shape you can get in. Surf, I surf. The best I can surf.
Yeah. I'm not exactly good at balancing.
Yeah.
Those aren't boots. God bless you too. God bless you. You don't do it to me. But remember, don't give them the finger back. Go like this. Remember, theirs is only this big. Remember, if they start doing it to you, if you decide to support them, just look at them really seriously, and especially if they're staying still. You just do it. Do it like this, and then you do the joke. I am here every Sunday from about 2 to 5. So I will be here. I run late all the time, so I'll be here until 5, and then I go to church. The Cook Cathedral. As I said, I'm Catholic.
I'd like to church hop. I go to one, it's fun, then I'll go back a couple times, and then I'm like,
The one I prefer to go to is the one right here, the original cathedral. Not the first church on the island. The first church was demolished years ago because it fell apart. The first church is actually was in Hawaii, where I live.
Okay. This is the oldest church still standing?
No, that is.
The Whitehall Church?
That was the one over on Waikiki?
No, the one right...
Oh, church,
Whitehall,
yeah.
the
I'm talking about
Whitehall
Catholic. I'm not talking about the other ones.
Okay. Yeah. I like churches. I grew up in churches. That was a church.
I want to talk to her for a second.
I made it to right here from 1299 Cannon Highway last night.
What was your name again?
Jeff.
Jeff. I'm Fatman, or go by Thomas.
Thomas. Okay.
You can always call me Fatman. I actually respond to it faster than my name.
All right. I'll see you Sunday at 3.
Yeah, the other one's supposed to be over in Eva Beach at 3 to 6.
Oh.
And I just, you just didn't come by enough that I could actually wave you down. And there's also going to be another one tomorrow. I'm not saying where it is because I'm live streaming, because these are supposed to be spontaneous ones by word of mouth to individuals. Try not to put it up on the live stream. But yeah, it's supposed to be in the Salt Lake area, and it's supposed to be in the afternoon, roughly around starting about 3. All right, then. Oh, my sign needs to be touched up a little bit. But yeah, those are uncomfortable facts. I really want to update the death percentage, the morbidity death rate from COVID-19. Excuse me when my burps. It's but I can't. But what it seems to be is that experts from the WHO have pointed out that those who are asymptomatic seem to are unlikely to become a risk of transmission. They will be, well, they seem to be almost immune. Especially there's a number of them that are immune. Immune to the point where they just don't catch COVID-19, like our friend Jim here. So, keep that in mind. What else? All right. Well, I also seem to be in that category of being immune. Well, not really immune, unable to be sick from it. Proper terminology. We need a different category than just say immune. Because there are people who have extremely strong immune systems who fight it off in a couple of seconds. And then there are people like me who it doesn't seem to affect us at all. So, we really need to have another category. Yeah, the one where you've got that gentleman offending us over here was a couple decided, and someone in their back pasture seat decided to flip me the bird, and my response was, "Oh, so tiny, so tiny." Later, Chris. So yeah, I'm gonna finish up here in just a few minutes. Well, yeah, think about this. These uncomfortable facts are something that we have to deal with. Uncomfortable fact. It looks like Joe Biden really has dementia or some other cognitive problems. Something I call them those cognitive capabilities. Tongue does not want to work today. Apparently, I have cognitive problems. I'm just saying, say it anyway. Take me on. I'll be gone in a day or two. I'll say it anyway. After me. It's better to be safe and sorry. Take on me. All right.
What are we gonna do? What are you gonna do, people? I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna stand out here and make a nuisance of myself until people start paying attention. That might never happen. But you know what? Ain't gonna stop me trying. Mainly because I don't have nothing else to do. That's what you did, Iggy. You took away my life. You took away my happiness. You took away my happy thought. So I'm here to rub it in your face, Iggy. You are annoyed. What science are you following? What scientific studies, doctors or immunologists or virologists are you talking to about doing this? The lockdowns failed. There was no lockdown fast enough that would actually have stopped. Unless you did something along the lines of what South Korea did. Good Lord. I may respect South Korea, but dang guys, that was a little much. But what you guys did saved most, and now most of it. And then there's a little bit of transmission, which seems to be going okay over there for the most part. And then there's people over there like Sweden. And there's herd immunity. And here in Hawaii, it looks like we have herd immunity as well. So what's the point? Why should we not have our lives? So Iggy, what you gonna do? You gonna keep taking away all these people's lives? Keep watching people die because of your choices? Because yeah, they're dying. They're not dying from COVID. They're dying because of you. Your choices. Everyone's on your hands. You understand that? You're the bad guy here. No, I won't back down. You could stand me up at the gates of hell, and I stand my ground. And I won't stand my ground. Now I turn around and keep this world from dragging me down. And I stand my ground, and I won't back down. Hey, baby, there's no easy way out. Hey, I will stand my ground, and I won't back down. I know what's right. I got just one life, and a world that keeps on pushing me around. And I stand my ground, and I won't back down. Hey baby, there's no easy way out. Hey, I will stand my ground, and I won't back down. That's what's happening, Iggy. You're waking up the rebels. You're waking up the founders of America. You're waking up the warriors of Waianae. You're bringing them up. Hey, baby, there's no easy way out. Hey, I will stand back down. Hey, baby, there's no easy way out. Hey, I will stand my ground, and I won't back down. No, I won't back down. you're gonna get people like me waking up and going, why are you doing this? And they're gonna start looking. They're gonna see Iggy. They're gonna see Black Lives Matter. And then they're gonna find people like me. Because that's why you need to be afraid of a fool's courage. Because a fool, like in the Arcana, will stand and walk off the cliff without a second thought. Why? Not because they trust, but because they know. They have the strength to look at to have fear, but look fear in the eye and make it blink. They're the ones who stare into the darkest dark, the darkest abyss. And when the abyss tries to look into them, it flinches. Not because of what they see, but they realize the fools are what you should not be. You should never look to see. Fools are the ones who run at the bulls, smack the bugs, to be able to save the bull riders. You got the clowns who will distract people from tragedy, from the trapeze artists. And then you have the fools who will stand at the front lines of civil unrest and stand with their heads held high and flags unfurled. And they'll look you in the eye and say, come here. Because that's who we are. We're the ones who you don't want to ever see. Because when you see us, we're the symptom before the true ones come up. Because the next ones after that are is the anger of the kind man. The ones who, the librarians, let's say, the librarian, who never raises his voice above a whisper, who is always calm, will be somewhat mildly amused at those who do not understand the things he sees. But he teaches all. Do not harm one of his charges. Do not destroy a book. Do not ever let anyone cross that line of what he loves and what he treasures. Because when you do, you end up seeing one of the most terrifying things. Because there's a saying from a science fiction show that recently went, well, to crap. There's a reason why this place is named Demons Run. It's an old saying. A saying that goes back the old millennia. The saying goes like this. Devils run and demons hide when a good man comes to war. Because the good man holds nothing back. The kind one knows all the terrible things. And when they start coming out, something I never want to see. I can never get a I don't know what is fun when it's come. I was moving like a half a mile an hour, and I started wondering if I was just waving goodbye. Then to tell me what's really special about me all this time. I believe the world is coming to the end. Oh well, I guess we're gonna find out. Let's see how far we've come. Let's see how far we've come. I believe it all is coming to an end. Oh well, I guess we're gonna pretend. Let's see how far we've come. Let's see how far we've come. It's just another clock, but I don't really know. Another counting or an hour or so. Started running, but I couldn't stop myself. Started running, but there was nowhere to run to. I sat down on the street, take a look at myself. You know, you want to go to water, head for help. Say your goodbyes if you got somebody you just say goodbye to. I believe the world is burning to the ground. Oh well, I guess we're gonna find out. Let's see how far we've come. Let's see how far we've come. I believe it all is coming to an end. Oh well, I guess we're gonna pretend. Let's see how far we've come. Let's see how far we've come. Gone, baby, it's all gone. I don't want to go and there's nowhere to home. It was so cool, it was just so cool. Now it's over for me and it's over for you. It's gone, gone, baby, it's all gone. There's no one in the corner, there's no one at home. It was cruel, cruel, it was just so cruel. And it's over for me, now it's over for you. I believe it all is burning to the ground. Oh well, I guess we're gonna find out. Let's see how far we've come. Let's see how far we've come. I believe it all is coming to an end. Oh well, I guess we're gonna pretend. Let's see how far we've come. 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 That's it. How far have you come? 'Cause I ain't done yet. Now remember, everybody, may God bless you all, good and bad actors alike. Because I honestly don't hate you. I think you're wrong. Those are bad actors. But there are those and the good actors. Please, watch your backs, stand tall, and walk straight. But remember, everyone, vaya con Dios, and viva Christos, always.